Good morning and welcome to the start of our Pilbara adventure. We hit the road about 2 hours ago, probably a little bit later than what we were hoping to. We stayed up until about 11 o'clock last night packing and getting all the final preps done. So I had a little bit of a sleep in this morning, but it's good to finally be on the road. We've been planning this trip for about a year now, and when I say planning, I mean about a year ago we were like, we should go to the Pilbara, we should drive from Karijini to Mill Street, Chichester, and that's about the extent of the planning that we did until a week or so ago. It's been a big few days getting the vehicles ready. While I was away for a couple of months with work, I bought a few mods, which were only really fit in the last couple of days. So today we're tracking towards Mount Augustus. Probably won't get there today. Still 12 hours to go, which would make it after 9 o'clock tonight. We'll see how we're travelling, but I expect that we'll probably pull up a couple of hours short, set up a real basic camp for the night, and then head off to Mount Augustus first thing tomorrow morning. Somewhere I've wanted to go for ages. Never got around to it, so I'm pretty keen for that. Really, really pumped for this trip. 3 weeks, mostly off-grid, really well set up for us to be fully self-sufficient. And we'll probably do a little bit of a run through tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on what time we pull up, on some of the new additions that we've got for touring off-grid. And we'll check in a little later on, probably once we hit camp tonight. Good morning from somewhere along the dirt road on the way to Mount Augustus.
Don't know the name of the road, it's too long. Let's go.
Put the spot that we stayed last night up on from Wikicamps up on, so you can see where it is. It is listed as a day use only area, but there's no reason why you can't stay here overnight. People obviously have been. There's a little fire pit here. So the plan for today, we're just going to continue tracking up towards Mount Augustus, go check that out, and then take the full drive track from Mount Augustus up to Karijini. Thought this morning we'd also take the opportunity to just show you around a couple of the modifications to the vehicles, particularly the Hilux.
A few big mods in that, and just a couple of alterations to the cruiser.
Yeah. Just to get ready for this trip in the backs where all the magic has happened. We'll start from left to right. So I've installed the companion lithium hot water service. We've got a 12-volt pump that feeds into this 40-litre footwell water tank, which sits in there nice and snug. The real centerpiece is the Enerdrive Archie. Apparently this is one of the last ones ever made for this, so pretty stoked to have managed to pick that up. It's exactly what I was looking for, like all-in-one inverter built in with a 240-volt outlet, and feeds the Bushmans, and also the pumps.
Which we're using as a freezer.
Round to the other side. So just fitted some drawers. A couple of these have got some sound deadening foam in there that's been cut out for laptop and camera, so I can secure them and charge them while I'm driving.
Pretty much just the mirrors and the back tray. So I got sick of the standard cruiser mirrors. Finally updated some OCam. They're mint on the corrugations and you can see everything behind you, and they're adjustable, which when you're driving they don't just fall down and you can't see shit all behind you, which is good. And the other thing, storage. Because I've got no back seat, so get it out the back, made this little box. So I've just got bags and storage, snorkel gear in the back, and then I've got 4 of these King's Draw little bags. So clothes, jock socks, t-shirts, shorts, jumpers, and then towels and that. So that's 3.5 weeks of clothes just in that little top section. And shoes, and it's still a work in progress, but it's mint.
All right, we're gonna hit the road, and we'll touch base again once we get to Mount Augustus. Not quite. Still a few more steps to go. a really nice little river camp along the fall drive track that goes from Mount Augustus to Karijini National Park. So this one's not on wiki camps. As you come along the track and start following the river, there's a number of little side tracks that go down to the river, and this is one that we found. So pulled up nice and early. Just going to cook some dinner. Tonight we're going to make a bit of a bastardised laksa. We'll be cooking that on the fire pit. So just start off by chopping up all your veggies and whatever protein you're using. So we've just used some capsicum, broccoli, red onion and mushrooms, and tofu, but you can use whatever protein you want. And then we start cooking on the fire. The hot plate, my drifter fire pit. Not sponsored, but we're open to it. Start off by browning off the tofu. Set that aside. Next up, while when the veggies are softened, just add a little bit of chopped garlic, a little bit of ginger, because you can't have too much of it. And then laksa paste. I don't know how much. Does that look about right? Maybe a bit more.
Swing it.
Tofu back in. Give that a swish around. All those spices are still pretty dry. And then add in your coconut milk. Looks about right. That'll do for now. And then bang your noodles in. Last up, add a little sprinkle of coriander in if you got it. Stir it through and then serve it up. Officially in Karijini National Park. Good morning from our first morning at Karijini National Park in almost 3 years.
Since our fourth date, where I heat shocked her in your car and come over.
Yep. So about 3 years ago, I'd only known Paul for maybe 2.5 weeks, and I said to him, I'm going up north to do this trip. Here's my rough itinerary. If you want to come and it works with your roster, then you're more than welcome to come. And much to my surprise, he agreed. So I picked him up at Exmouth and we drove for 10 hours straight to Karijini. And it's the first time we've been back since then. So we pulled up last night, had another big day of driving, pulled up at this spot just after sunset. It's a pretty nice little dried creek bed. Got the mountains in the background. Lots of bird life out this morning. And we covered some pretty incredible country yesterday.
Definitely coming in back through the back end of Karijini from Pilbara. Doesn't look like it's used very often, but yeah, stunning.
So what's the plan for today?
Heading to Coppin Pool this morning. We had some big days, so hopefully pretty chilled, and then wing it from there and maybe drive up Mount Nameless and just see how the time takes us.
Pretty much. No agenda. Just go for an explore around some of the lesser known parts of Karijini, and then we'll hit the Instagram hotspots another day. Alright guys, we're going to pack up and hit the road shortly. We'll check in later on.
So we're on the track to Coppin Pool, following the old Hamer. But it does not look like this track has been driven in a very long time. At points you just lose it completely and just have to use the map and re-find it. I swear that it is tracking here somewhere. Found it.
We've just pulled up at Coppin Pool and it is absolutely beautiful. Nice warm day. We've got lunch in the travel buddy heating up. Just a bit of leftovers.
We bashed down this track from the eastern side, southeast of the park. We actually had to push quite a lot of the track in as it was that overgrown and the track disappeared. So I followed Hamer and pushed it in, so that was actually pretty damn exciting.
That was a good, fun little track. A few challenges, but nothing too hairy. It did just disappear a lot of the time in the long grass. I felt like we were Graham and Shauno trying to find the Umbulgari track after 2 long wet seasons at times. Apparently it wasn't that bad, but it did disappear quite a few times. But yeah, absolutely worth the trip if you are so inclined. Definitely wouldn't tow any trailers or caravans down here. But if you've got a 4B with a high clearance, then it's definitely one to come and check out, as you can see. Alright, we're going to have some lunch once it's heat up and then maybe go for a little bit of a look further up the river, see what's up there, and then probably pull up stumps for the afternoon. So we're back on the road again this morning. We had a really relaxing afternoon and evening, didn't do a lot, went for a little stroll, had a really early night and got up reasonably early. So today we're going to head up towards Milli Pools, I think it's called. Double check that before we put the video up. So Milli Springs, I think it is, and then we'll head up towards Dalgety Gorge, Fortescue Falls, Fern Pool, all the usual places that you probably already know from Karijini National Park. I think tomorrow we'll look to go to Hamersley Gorge and Spa Pool. That's one that we didn't get to last time that I do really want to see. Alright, this is a little bit of a goat track getting out, not too bad, a lot better than the road getting in, but we'll check in again once we've got to Milli Springs. This is the main pool. In the wet, the two link up. Probably what, a couple of 100 metres between the two of them?
Pretty much, yeah. Dash to get up.
Into the Karijini Loop. I think we saw 3 people the whole 4-wheel drive track. 1 couple camping and 2 this morning.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, man, shit, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze. but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now, don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. Double down, throw some dice, take off now, don't think twice, but hey, don't you wanna play? Baby, come on. Tell me where you wanna go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't.
Rare early start for us. Packed up camp before 6. That's sunrise. Moon's still up other side. Gonna beat the crowds to Hamersley Gorge. How's that for a sunrise? Finally made it.
Big bar. Day in the life of an influencer.
Influenza.
COVID influenza.
Just finished our hike into Hamersley Gorge. We were thinking about trying to get out to Hamersley and Dales yesterday, but we keep putting it off because there's going to be heaps of people there. But obviously that's why we came into Hamersley early this morning, and we scored with it all to ourselves for about an hour, so that was pretty good. And after we've hit up Dales today, we'll hit the road west towards Millstream Chichester. So that's the plan for today, just having a nice morning coffee with a view after our little hike. You could hardly call it a hike.
Warm up after the cold swim.
Yeah. It's braver than me. Alright. Off to Dales. Walking to Fortescue Falls. Already too many people here. Still beautiful. That's Fern Pool. Fern Pool, done. Too many people swimming. Don't have the patience to wait for them to leave to get a good photo, so oh well. On to Fortescue. Let's get out of here.
Yep. Then head to Mount Sheila.
Yo! Alright, so that rounds out our time in Karijini. It's definitely...
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely not the most comprehensive look at everything you can do in Karijini. For that, probably recommend JM Exploring, or I think they go by Jack and Megan now. Or Sarah and Kaylin did a couple of good episodes on Karijini. I sort of shit the bed booking our holidays and didn't realise it was the second week of school holidays. And that'll probably round out this episode as well. We've uncovered quite a few hidden gems between Perth and Karijini, and a couple of not so hidden ones as well.
Quick drive now. Heading off to Mount Sheila. Go check that out and then start heading away to the mill stream.
Yep.
And that'll be our next little episode.
Hope you enjoyed watching. We'll catch you in the next one.